Sunday night again, and it's another time for a sit down. Yeah, I still don't have notes, just like I said last time. I'm still thinking of redoing the sit down from last week, like where I just watch all of them, all 70 minutes, and get the main points and discuss them, and just put them together into a single, maybe I don't know, 15-minute product or something. Just definitely, just definitely shorter than 70 minutes. It's so long that I had to split it up into two parts, 1A and 1B. So definitely look forward to that. But I'm not just pointing at a desk with a blank piece of paper on it. I'm on a bed. Because, I just wanted this to be quick and out of my way before I think about anything else that'll come up next next morning, which is Monday. If I was ever asked what day of the week I liked, it's gotta be Thursday. Like, sure, Friday could be your favorite. It's almost statistically, it's the majority's favorite. But I like Thursday because of the feeling of, oh, it's Friday tomorrow. But Thursday is just like a Wednesday, but it feels like Friday is closer. Which I guess that's an obvious statement. So, yeah, it feels like Thursday is different from Wednesday. Wow, that was an even more obvious statement. But anyway, I also like Monday, I guess. Like a very few will like Monday, maybe. I haven't seen a statistic about favorite weekdays. I mean favorite days of the week. Sorry. So yeah, I kind of like Monday because you know, I get to go to school and do things other than being at home. Like yes, I get it. At home you can relax, but at being at school, it feels like each day is a distinct day, no matter what you're discussing or how it's being discussed. Even though the experiences day to day are different too. So yeah, I like Monday too because it kind of introduces the week, so to speak. Introduces the week, saying like, hey, new experiences will come, I guess. So yeah, if I was ever asked my favorite day of the week, in first place goes Thursday, in second place goes to Monday, third goes to Saturday because that's where I get to do my home things, and there are not much home things I like doing. Like sure, I'm gonna make a call line, or I'm gonna put a thing into sheet music. But actually, maybe I should just move Saturday up to second and Monday up to third because a lot of things I do at home, or let's just say things I do on a computer. Things I do on a computer, you can't always do at school. Like, sure, typing a document, Google Docs is still accessible, but all the other things like going on Discord, maybe. Actually, yes, going on Discord, like the thing, the social. Not, it's technically social media. It's technically chat. Uh, so yeah, this week I'm gonna talk about books because I run out of things to talk about sometimes, even if this is my second episode. So, a book. It's basic. If you have no idea what a book is, no, I'm not going to explain what a book is because since you're on the internet, you better know what a book is. So let's talk about the stories that take place in books. Like, books are great because one, you can just print and print and print. It's reprintable in things, and you can just pass them around and things. But with like a say a website, for example, like a blog, you know, uh, if it was like really old, if it's a really old blog, then maybe the domain domain name might expire or something, and then it just vanishes into the ether, maybe. So yeah, books. Books can contain stories, and I've read a couple books, and they have great stories in them. Whether it be physical or otherwise, or physical or digital. Like I'm just my mas- mostly either physical or digital. I haven't seen another form of book that is not digital or physical. So I am just in those between. So anyway, so actual books I've read, like sure I could write a book report. I could write a book report on it, on books I've read, and maybe I'll post it. I'll post it on YouTube. I don't know. Look forward to that. I guess I have no idea what to call it. It's just me summarizing a book that I've read. So my memory of it just gets preserved somewhat. So yeah, the process of reading a book is kind of abstract. Maybe it's not really that concrete. Like, sure, you could say it's concrete, but because you go through page one, then two, then three, then four. But real life gets in the way of things. So, yes, you can't get it all the way through exactly unless you're the type of person who really really has nothing to do than to read a single book or maybe dozens. Sure, I'm not against you if you read more than 24 or whatever, more than 20 books a day. Like you do you. I may have envy, but you do you. I'm not against you. So, yeah, I'm thinking of doing a book report series sometime soon. You can come up with names, I guess. Or I might think of one, I don't know. So, the process of reading a book, it feels like you're imagining something. Like when you read a book, you visualize like the characters or the places. I mean the setting. And you visualize the plot as well. Settings, character, plot, you visualize that. Unless you're the person who can't for some reason. Like anaphantasia or whatever it is called. Pretty interesting topic. I've yet to research. So, it feels like you're sympathizing with the character. Not really sympathizing like all the time, especially in a story that doesn't require it. I mean, like, you're putting yourself in the shoes, like, in the perspective of the character. I think so. You're putting yourself in that perspective, and it feels a book can be immersive. It's immersive at times. It can suck you into a world, into a world. It might even be linked to another one. Who knows? It might be even there may be 50 books set in the same universe. I don't know. You find out. But the point is, literature is such a diverse field of stuff. Like that's why I like it, and it's one of my hobbies. So yeah, literature. It could be, it could be more than novels. It can be just poetry, or it can just be spoken word, maybe. Like no, it's performed, but you're reading off something. Well, you're not reading off something, you're reading off something you remembered. And then you're reciting it. Like the difference between spoken word and rap was one thing. So yeah, that was one point. But I'm just amazed at how big this field is too. So for one story, one book, you're suddenly in the world of some guy who allegedly seriously injures someone and has to move to a different town to recover from that. And in another, you're in the perspective, you assume the perspective of a high school girl be getting into high school. I don't know. Books in the free section are pretty wacky. So yeah, my school has a library free. No, not library free. It's a in the library. There's a free book section. I don't know where they get it. It's probably previous books or maybe donated. But they may be duplicates or something. I don't know. So reading an entire library's worth of books in for the remaining of the school year, sure, I could I have the potential to tackle it, but that's just in theory. In practice, I would probably be halfway, not even halfway, maybe just 10 books in and the school year's over. Like those book a day things I've seen, no, not critically seen, but I've just seen it passively. Like I've seen it passively. Like I would happen to be scrolling through whatever the internet, could be YouTube, I don't know. But that too I could do. I could look into more. Reading a single book, not a single book, a book a day. That's all I've that's all I've seen passively. So I kind of want to do that, but if it's like a school day, like Monday, where there's if it's a Monday where there's school, I'd probably not spend an entire day, an entire day reading a single book because there are classes and things, and paying attention to a teacher is a thing. So I'm pretty either impressed or envious, more impressed than envious, but impressed nonetheless, of people who can read very quickly or have very fast reading comprehension. Like, I've, again, if you're that type of person, I'm not against you, but you have this unique skill I want to have. Like, not that badly, but I do want to. Like, I could practice it. I could look into or research more into how to read quickly or something like that. Like, recently, I've been thinking about motivation and what motivates me to do goals, which I kind of alluded to in previously, but I haven't been more concrete with it because I need to redo that redo that particular episode. This is the second episode so far. I'm talking about the first one, and you know it. What? Even now, I'm noticing that my voice is getting deeper. Each. No, I mean, I've heard the last one, and I feel like my voice is just getting deeper. I may be in the throes of puberty. I think. I definitely am. I'm still in the beginning. But, we're not talking about puberty today. We're talking about books. So, I do have one friend I know who can read at that fast the most. When we went to the library one day, the most he ever took was either 12 or 13. I think it was 11 he took physically to his locker, but he had two other books. But the point is, it was more than 10. And he was willing, willing to read all of them. Like, does he have a library? I should ask him if he has an entire library of books in his house. I do have a single bookshelf that's occupied in terms of two shelves with books. But some of them are just French English dictionaries and books I haven't read in a while. So I should get into that. Anyway, I should probably finish learning French, like on Duolingo or something. I should probably finish learning French and practice it so that, I could know like another language other than the ones that I have. Like being a person who can speak multiple languages, that's also one of my long-term goals, but you know, I have to know what I'm doing to achieve a goal in order to do it. If your goal is like vague or something, or you need to fix that vagueness, because if you have no idea what you're doing, chances are you might not achieve the goal that you set for yourself. Hmm. My vocal cords seem to be vibrating more whenever my whenever I talk to myself in a room, and now it's on a bed. So yes, reading book. Where were we? Reading books really quickly. Like have we talked about it? I think we have. But does he just skip through pages? I think one time he said no, he doesn't. But a very very tiny part of me is skeptical that he skips pages. But if if you are watching it, and I'm only talking about one person, if that one person, you, are watching it, nothing against you. Yes, I'm nothing, very, very nothing against you. What can I? Yep, I'm still here at this dilemma of not preparing, and I did mean it to be short. So I do have. So one last thing is that in school for our English class, as a class we're reading the the novel like The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I'm I did as one of my goals I did say that I would count the number of swearing in the book versus how many not swearing do the characters do. Like like reading from the first chapter as a class, as in the teacher just read a, a portion of chapter 1 out to the class. It seems that there is a lot of AAVE in it, African American Vernacular English. Because, actually, no, I don't know why. I know the circumstances, but I don't know why.